Hey, Motorman here, and I'm at Newport Richie Harley-Davidson, and I'm about to take the new Street Glide ST Fast Johnnie Edition. That's this motorcycle right here. I'm going to take it for a ride, do a little walk around. It, of course, like all the ST models, it has the 117 motor with the high performance breather, and the paint job is beautiful. Now, a paint job like this, well, doesn't come cheap. $2,900 option on this motorcycle. Other than that, it is the same bike as the standard ST, standard color being black. This year you can get also in a white color, and this is the Fast Johnnie color. I like the stripe job that they did on this. And the reason they call it Fast Johnnie, I guess there was a Harley-Davidson racer way back when who was known as Fast Johnnie, and he carried a pig with him on the motorcycle. You know, not a real pig, but you get the point. And that's why it's called the Fast Johnnie Edition. He was, I guess, famous during that era. Of course, the wheels, like all the STs, are that sort of copper or bronze color, as is the trim on the motor. I should mention that the seat on the ST models is cut down low and sloped, and the reason for that is to make it easier to move your body around in the turns. At high speeds, we're getting our weight over to the low side, pushing the bars up as you do so. Can you touch a knee down? Yeah, probably could. I wouldn't suggest it on the road. And in addition, this type seat, it gives you a low seat height as well. So if you're a shorter person, it's going to make it a lot easier to flat foot. At 5'7", I'm completely flat-footed, 29-inch inseam. And on this bike, of course, you've got all the gauges, tachometer, voltmeter, fuel gauge. And this bike is equipped with the RDRS, traction control, ABS, cornering ABS, 2 riding modes. It is an option. I believe it's a $1,025 option on this bike. But the main difference between this and a standard Street Glide is, of course, the motor. 117, which I believe gives you 5 or 7% more power than, say, the 114. It does seem to be more responsive than the 114. I own both a 114 and a 117 bike. And in fact, my 114 bike, the Revival, very similar to the Highway King. A few months back I did some 0-60 times, and it's pretty close. I think it was a difference of 2 or 3 tenths of a second, but it does feel like it's got a little bit more power down low with the 117. The handlebars are a little bit lower on the ST models than some of the other Harley touring motorcycles, and I guess that's so you could lean forward, get out of the wind if you're gonna do some sporty riding or take it out to the track. On my own personal Street Glide ST, I've got tab mufflers with the medium baffles, and I'm not sure why it is, but it just gives a deeper rumble than my police bike with the 114 motor and the tab mufflers with medium baffles. Don't know why that is. Maybe they got a smaller catalytic converter on the ST models, I'm not sure. Or it could be because it's a little bit bigger motor, gives you a little bit deeper tone. Ride on this bike is pleasantly firm, as it should be. ST, by the way, stands for Sport Tourer. And it definitely gives you a feel of a much sportier bike than, say, the standard Electric Glide 114. At least it feels that way to me. Now, with the low profile tires that this bike has, as I said, it turns in really quick. Maneuverability at low speeds about the same as a standard Street Glide. Motor's just as smooth. You would think when you get a little bit bigger motor, you should get a little bit more vibration, but I don't notice that. Not on this test bike or my own personal ST. Power down low, right where you need it. Passing power. No need to downshift. Just open that throttle and the bike goes. And no, it's not a Hayabusa. It's not what this bike is made for. It's not a sport bike. It's a cruiser Sport Tourer. Again, it comes with the solo seat, no passenger pegs. I'm going to put the MSRP with both the Fast Johnnie paint job and freight and surcharge. I'll put that up on the screen. I don't remember it right offhand, but it's a little over $30,000. And I know many people are going to say, there's no motorcycle worth $30,000. Well, it's right in line with similar type motorcycles. Take a look at Indian. Their top of the line bikes are over 30 grand. Goldwing, which is, I guess, more in the class of this bike being a Sport Tourer, not really a cruiser at all with the Goldwing, but they go up to about $32,000, $34,000. So, like everything else, past few years with inflation, prices they're not going down. They just keep going up. Average car now, I think, is $48,000. Average little compact car is about 40 grand. So yeah, I think I'll save 10 grand to get one of these instead of a little economy car. Now, I just got off the Highway King, which is the latest Road King model they came out with just a couple of weeks ago, and this definitely feels firmer, rides firmer than that bike. But I think that's due to the fact that the Highway King has that spring type seat that sits above the frame and gives you some shock absorber action, whereas this seat, of course, is right on the frame. Which would I rather have, the Highway King or the ST model? Well, I think I would take the Highway King simply because I like the nostalgic look of that motorcycle versus this one. But this is a beautiful paint job. Harley always does a great job with their custom paints. This is no exception. But like I said, you know, it's $2,900 option. But these are also a limited number. It doesn't say on the tank what the number, but I don't believe they're going to be making too many in this color. And there's also the Road Glide ST. Has a Fast Johnnie version. And the Lowrider ST also. So you got three different motorcycles that come with this color combination. And I don't think you'd be disappointed in any of them, especially if you're used to riding a heavyweight motorcycle. These bikes are just a joy to ride. Extremely maneuverable. In fact, they are the most maneuverable heavyweight touring motorcycles on the planet. And they are, as I've said before, People hate when I say this, at least people who ride different makes. This is the state of the art in heavyweight cruisers. There's nothing better as far as handling, performance, and of course styling. And Harley-Davidsons hold their value better than any other motorcycle, including BMWs and all the expensive makes. So if you want to be the only one on your block with a custom painted Harley-Davidson, get yourself a Fast Johnny version. Hope you enjoyed this. Give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Really helps the channel if you do so.